welcome to Dee Dee Blooms. Today's care collab is on the Epicattleya Rene Marques, and I have Tyler. Not sure how many other versions there are, but this is the one I have. This is my little seedling. Let me get my hand in there. I have a real teeny tiny one. And it's been doing pretty well in my care. I got it about 6 months ago, and it was about half the size it is now. Oops, one of the little leca beads just ran away. And I have made mistakes with it where I've gotten water into the crown. Here, I'm going to bring you to my white cabinets. Maybe you can see a bit better. This brown area is because of me getting a little water droplets in and not noticing. The same thing on this new growth. Started drying out, or rotting and then drying out. It's just not been doing really well where my finger is. I've got a pretty good root system going. It's due for a watery day for this one is tomorrow. I received it in this little net basket, and yeah, I think it's doing pretty good. It's doubled in size in the last 6 months, except for a few little watering mistakes. I think I am doing okay, and I look forward to it hopefully giving me some blooms in the future, maybe within the next year. Because what I understand about these, and let me just read a little information I found on it, is this is an orchid hybrid. It's a cross of epidendrum, pseudo-epidendrum, crossed with Cattleya Rene. And these guys, they tend to stay relatively compact, but they can get pretty tall. So what I understand is it'll get tall, but not necessarily wide. They mostly bloom in late winter to spring. If you research the cross, epidendrum, pseudo-epidendrum crossed with Cattleya Rene, that would give you more information as to the background, where the two crosses come from. I keep this, or I've been growing this in my eastern exposure window. I've been watering it in summertime. I watered it twice a week. And it's currently growing in a little bit of moss, leca, perlite, bark chips. Seems to like it. Here in the winter time, I've only just been watering once a week, giving it a good flush, and a tiny bit of fertilizer. I've not been fertilizing too heavily. I tend to not do that with the seedlings. I don't want to push growth too quickly. I just want it to have some food and be nourished enough to grow. And again, I think this brown dried up, which was actually kind of wet and rotty in the past, was because of water. And now where it got wet and now it feels dry, it's because the rot dried up. I used little pinches of cinnamon with it. I panicked and it seemed to work. It stopped the rot. And boy, am I very careful to water from the bottom. I don't water from the top anymore with this. I set it into some rainwater and let it soak up for about a good, 5-10 minutes. And again, it's doubled in size for me in 6 months. I'm hoping to see maybe in another 6 months it'll be possibly blooming size. I might get a bloom or two. And from what I also read about it, it can take a pretty good amount of light. Although I've been growing it again in my east window, and my east window has sheer curtains, so it is protected. It also gets a little bit of light from some grow lights in the area, so it gets very good light, but no direct light at this time. But again, reading about it, you can acclimate it to full light. Direct sun is what I understand, but you want to be really careful with acclimating. I am by no means knowledgeable in acclimating. It's a process I am just not ready to try with any of my orchids. So yeah, that's about it for me. I'm a newer owner, 6 months in. of this beautiful Epicattleya Rene Marques, and hopefully this has been helpful, talking about how I grow it. And just some final comments. Relative humidity where it's growing averages from about 35% up to 65%. It ranges. It depends what time of day, if I have the house open or not to the elements. I live in Southern California, so again, it can get pretty dry, and then all of a sudden the marine layer can come in. I'm a little bit more inland. I'm not coastal, so that's why my humidity ranges a lot. And my home temperatures average between, down to 62 degrees in my home during the winter, all the way up to 78, 80 in the summertime if I don't turn on the air conditioning. So it's been handling all those temperatures. It's been growing. It seems to like the frequency of my watering, a little bit of fertilizing, and yeah. So that's where I'll wrap this up. Thanks so much. If there's any other grow tips, anyone else has suggestions, I'd love to hear, and I look forward to seeing all the other participants' videos. Their video or channel links will be in my description, and hope everybody checks all of the other participants' videos out as well. Thanks to Nina and Fernanda for inviting me on their care collabs. And if anyone wants to join in, they can certainly message me. I can pass along the message to Nina and Fernanda, or go ahead and message Nina directly on her channel, or Fernanda. So yeah, hope everyone has a good day. Take care.